Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Noah Kellman, and I am here to teach you everything that I know about modern jazz piano. Last week we went over some fundamentals of minor 2-5-1s. Today we're going to talk about ways that we can actually modernize them and come up with some really interesting ideas for improvisation and harmony. We're going to dive into that in just a second, but really quick, if you are new to the channel, please be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the little bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos just like this one. And in addition to that, I've got an awesome Discord server where you can come, hang out, ask any questions you have about modern jazz piano. I'm in there hanging out, and we have an incredible community of people. I'm super proud of the community. We've actually got some ear training sessions being put together by group members. I'm going to be doing some exclusive live streams as well, and there are tons of free resources that are going to be posted in there as well. So it's just an all-around win, totally free to join. The link is in the description, and I look forward to hanging out with you there. All right, let's dive into modernizing minor 2-5-1s. Okay, so right off the bat, for the 2 chord, I love to add a 9 and even an 11. So, last week I kind of showed you the basics of this chord, right? Adding a flat 3, flat 5, flat 7, and then 9 on top. Well, let's put the 11 on top as well. Now, if we want to get even craftier, check this out. Not only did we have the 11 on top, but we actually added a flat 13. So it's kind of an interesting sound, but I personally love it. And of course, that note is in the low Korean sharp 2 scale. So that's one thing I would do for the voicing. And then for this next voicing, I'd probably do something like this. This is pretty standard, but we've got flat 7, right? 3, sharp 5, 1, and then sharp 9. So, a G7, sharp 9, sharp 5. And then we could do this for the 1. So this would be more of that minor major sound. So we've got flat 3, 6, 9, 5, major 7. Oops. All right. So for our voicings, we've got this D half diminished 11, or maybe even half diminished 11 with an added flat 13. Woo, weird one. Let's see, what is Chordie calling this? Chordie's calling this A flat major 13 flat 5 sharp 5 over D. I love Chordie, and actually, if you want to download the app, I have an affiliate link in the description that you can use. I get a little commission, and I think it's an incredible app, and we should totally support the developer of it. But I have to admit that is probably not what I would call this chord. I would probably just call this a D half diminished 11 with a flat 13 in parentheses, something like that. But this is one of those moments where I'm not exactly sure what to call it, so I would love to know what you think. Please be sure to comment in the description what you would actually call this chord, because I love nerding out about this, and I don't always have the perfect theoretical answer to these voicings. And then we went to our G7 sharp 9 sharp 5, and I'm actually realizing, one option is instead of the 1 here, we could actually put the flat 9 as well. So that's just another option there. And then we landed here on the C minor major 7 chord, right? But it's also got this 6, which actually, because it's a minor major 7 chord with a major 7, I might actually call this a C minor major 13 chord. And that is actually what, more or less what Chordie's calling it as well. I love to just check myself against Chordie. Such an awesome little app. So let's get into some right-hand stuff now. And since I just kind of blasted this little arpeggio here, let me just show you what that is. So for a, C6-9 or really C minor major sound, I'm basically just doing G over C minor. So I'm doing D, G, B, C, and repeating it. So I'm doing, for fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a nice little arpeggio right there. All right, let's get back to our 2 chord. All right, so really classic lick, actually. Let me show you this. We're gonna do. Cool. All right, so let me show you this. on the 2 chord here, we're going to do G, A flat, C, D, G, and then drop to F. And then on the 5 chord, we do the same thing more or less, but actually up a minor third. Cool, I guess it is literally the same thing, up a minor third. So that's a really nice one. It's pretty classic. I like that one a lot. Really quick aside, my Jazz Piano Secrets course is actually very soon going to be opening up again for fall registration. And this is going to be your first chance, I think, in about 4 months now to actually join the course. So if you're interested, go to join.jazzpianosecrets.com. Get on the wait list, because people on the wait list will actually get notified an entire 24 hours in advance to get signed up for the course, and sometimes slots run out. So if you want to just ensure that you get a slot, I highly recommend you're on that wait list. And it's also just the best way to get information about registration and make sure that you don't miss the window, because inevitably there are folks who also end up missing that sign up window as well and having to wait for the next one. Now, something I actually did in the intro of this video was the following. So now we're getting a bit modern here. So what I actually did was I actually transported to kind of F minor 9. That's how I'm thinking of this. You could also think of this as A flat major 9 as well. I like to think of it as F minor 9. So that's a pretty cool sound, right? And then we could go up a minor third. Right, and that's really interesting. And then we resolve to the 1. So again, we're doing F minor 9 over D to A flat minor 9 over G. And again, really you could think of this as well as A flat major 9 over D to B major 9, right? But for me, it's just easier to visualize as the minor 9 chords. So you can think of it really either way that you want. Of course, those are relative major minors to each other. So I'm going to talk about the minors. F minor 9. That's the A flat minor 9. And now we resolve. What I just did there was I basically went C minor, and now I'm going to actually think of this as A flat major, and then back to C minor, right? So C minor to A flat major. So it's actually kind of a classic sound in a sense, right? Something you've probably heard in compositions, but we can use it really nicely for improvisation. Now, another really interesting thing we can do over the 5 chord is, instead of just doing altered, we could actually do D flat major over G, right? So the major tritone away. That's probably also a sound you've heard before, but it's a really, really interesting one, and I like to kind of insert it into the improvisation there as well. So check this one out. This one's really, really cool. So if we do kind of this D minor 9 sound, and I'm going to put the E on top of the chord on the bottom as well, so we get this kind of layered sound. And then I'm just going to move this shape up minor thirds. And then when we land on the G, we get back to the same exact shape again, and now it becomes a G13 sus4, right? And then here, once we get to this little chord right here, we can resolve. So essentially we get there and we're kind of doing a little tritone 2-5-1 substitution. So right, we're going. So what this little thing is serving as is A flat minor to D flat 7 to C minor, right? But we're getting there in this really interesting way. Now if you want to be a little bit more true to the minor 2-5, since really this D minor 9 is from a major 2-5 technically, you could just put that flat 5 in the first chord. And then the second time, don't do it. So really, this little pattern could work really nicely also over a major 2-5-1. Isn't it funny hearing the major 2-5-1 after we've been doing minor this whole time? It's almost strange. But yeah, so that's really a fun little sequence there as well. All right, so today's video has been pretty tangential, but I actually love just kind of going off on tangents. It's one of my favorite things to do, is just kind of tangentially nerd out about this stuff. So I actually do plan to do more live streams, and if you're in the Discord group, then you are not going to miss those, because I'll make sure to announce those, and some of those will actually be exclusive to Discord members as well. To join the Discord, it's totally free, and there are lots of really fun perks, and it's an incredible community, even just for networking and hanging out and talking about jazz piano. Click the link in the description of this video and come join us. Come hang out and get signed up. I'm also going to be doing lots of course member live streams specifically for members of my Jazz Piano Secrets course. So again, if you're interested in Jazz Piano Secrets, go to join.jazzpianosecrets.com. Make sure you are on that wait list, and that way you will be one of the first people to find out when the doors to that course open this fall. And of course, if you are looking for some one-on-one guidance, we're still offering some completely free strategy calls, so we can talk about your goals, see if we can offer you some advice, and best case scenario, maybe we can even actually work together as well. Again, those calls are totally free. Link is in the description. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.